Imagine you've just survived a literal house fire. You're standing in the smouldering ruins of a temple dedicated to mercy. Your adrenaline is spiking, and you reach for your most prized possession, a divine glowing cassock worth more than a small kingdom, and it's gone, vanished, more than just a laundry disaster. Now most people read the 11th hardship of Journey to the West, the loss of the cassock, and think it's just a bit of bad luck, a cosmic "the dog ate my homework" moment. But if you dig into the secret journals of Ming and Qing dynasty alchemists, you'll realize something that will make your hair stand on end. That robe isn't just fabric. In the world of ancient life science, that cassock is your inherent nature. It is your immune shield, your primal chi, the very thing keeping you alive and healthy. Why was it stolen by a black bear demon the moment the fire went out? And why on earth couldn't the world's most powerful monkey god just punch his way into the cave to get it back? Today we're going to peel back the layers of this myth. We're going to use biological laws of the Huangdi Neijing, the hidden codes of internal alchemy, and a jaw-dropping medical miracle from modern-day China to show you a truth that has been hidden for 500 years. When you start showing off your spiritual riches, you're literally handing the key of your health to the monsters under your bed. The scavenger in the smoke. Let's look at our thief, the black bear demon. He lives in the Black Wind Cave. Now, to a casual reader, that sounds like a standard villain lair, but to a master of internal alchemy like Liu Yingming, it is the map of the human body. Black is the color of water. Wind is the movement of qi, but this isn't the clear water of a mountain spring. It is the muddy water of our primal, untamed desires. The bear represents the stubborn ego, the part of us that is heavy, greedy, and lives in the dark. The book tells us the bear only showed up because he saw the light from the fire. This is a massive psychological lesson. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, started that fire, metaphorically. Because of his displaying heart, he wanted everyone to see how magnificent his master's robe was. That's heart fire. In Huangdi Neijing, the heart is the monarch. When the monarch starts showing off, he becomes restless. This restlessness creates a black wind in your energy field. The bear didn't break in. He was invited by the smoke of Wukong's vanity. This is the root of chronic illness. Whenever you live for face, for status, or for the approval of others, you're opening a door. And believe me, your internal black bear is always waiting for that door to swing open so he can bolt with your life force. The groom complex. Now here's the bit that really stings. Wukong marches up to the cave ready to crack some skulls and shouts for his robe. The bear doesn't tremble. He doesn't hide. He looks Wukong in the eye and laughs. "Wait a minute," he says. "Aren't you that Bimawen, the stable boy who used to clean up horse manure in heaven?" Ouch! Why did the demon know Wukong's most embarrassing secret? Because the bear is your subconscious. You can wear the fanciest clothes, you can have a PhD or a CEO title, but your inner demons remember exactly where you came from. They know your insecurities, your imposter syndrome, and your secret shames. Wukong loses his mind with rage, and that's exactly what the demon wants. In Huangdi Neijing, anger destroys the liver. Every time Wukong gets insulted and loses his temper, he's losing more energy. He's fighting a battle he can't win, because he's still protecting his ego. This is a spiritual warning for the modern age. If you are still offended by an insult, you haven't truly started to practice. You're just a groom in a fancy suit, and the bear knows it. The alchemy of fire and water. The Ming and Qing masters saw this hardship as a failed chemistry experiment in the human body. They called it the lack of harmony between fire and water. In a healthy person, fire, the heart, stays cool and moves down, while water, the kidneys, stays warm and moves up. It's like a perfect central heating system. But in this story, the fire went wild at the temple and roared upward, while the water, the bear, snatched the treasure and hid in a deep dark hole. This is the definition of disease. When your fire is all in your head, anxiety, stress, overthinking, and your water is stagnant at the bottom, depression, heavy desires, your system breaks. Wukong's staff can't fix this. You can't hit stagnant water with a stick and expect to become pure. This is why many people today try to fix their health with just force, more exercise, more pills, more aggressive fighting of the disease. It doesn't work because the energy is in the wrong place. You don't need a weapon, you need mercy. Enter Guanyin, when mercy plays the demon. The turning point of the story is bizarre. Guanyin, the goddess of great mercy, doesn't come down and vaporize the bear. Instead, she transforms into a demon herself. She becomes a little monster carrying a pill of immortality to trick the bear. This is a masterclass in healing. To conquer a deep-seated addiction or a chronic demon-like illness, you cannot use war. You must use transformation. Guanyin represents the true yin, the cooling, compassionate energy that can soothe the wildest beast. By becoming the demon, she shows that we must meet our shadows with compassion to lead them back to the light. When she finally puts the golden hoop on the bear's head, he doesn't die. He becomes a guardian of the mountain. This is the ultimate health tip. Your desires, the bear, aren't meant to be killed. They're meant to be governed. When governed by virtue, that same bear energy becomes the strength of your immune system. The modern miracle, the woman who forgave her way to live. You might be thinking, Eddie, this is a lovely bit of 16th century philosophy, but does it work in 2026? Well, let's look at a story from Mingwei.org that sounds like it was ripped straight from the pages of Journey to the West. In a small town in China, there was a woman diagnosed with terminal uterine cancer. She was a walking ghost. Her stomach was hard as a rock. Her face was grey and she was waiting for the end. But her real cancer was a 20-year-long black wind of hatred. She had been in a bitter feud with her sister-in-law over a few square feet of family land. For 2 decades she had burned her own heart with resentment. That was her black bear, and it had eaten her cassock of health. Then she began practicing Falun Gong. She read about the principle of looking within. She realized that her cancer wasn't a biological accident. It was the result of 20 years of heart fire. She did something that shocked her entire village. She walked to her sister-in-law's house, took the woman's hand and said, "I'm sorry, I was wrong to hate you for 20 years. I'm a practitioner now, and I want you to have the land. I just want peace." In that moment of total surrender, she reported a sensation like a warm waterfall flowing through her body, exactly what the classics call guanding, filling the crown. Within a month, the rock-hard tumor dissolved. Within 2 months, she was back in the fields working. She didn't fight the cancer. She stopped feeding the bear. By returning to virtue, the principles of truth, compassion, and forbearance, she reclaimed her divine cassock, and her body healed itself. For 27 years, millions of people in over 100 countries have experienced the same alchemy of the soul. They are proving that morality is the highest form of medicine. The final word: is your robe guarded? The 11th hardship is a mirror held up to our modern lives. It tells us that your health isn't just about what you eat or how many steps you take. It's about what you wear in your heart. If you spend your days in the black wind of competition, vanity, and resentment, don't be surprised when your energy disappears. Your internal bear is simply collecting what you've thrown away. The goal of the journey isn't to own the robe, it's to become the robe. So, to be so filled with truth, compassion, and forbearance that there is no room for a demon to sit, or no fire that can touch you. So here is your homework for today. Find your black bear. Is it a grudge, an ego, a need to prove someone wrong? Let it go. Give the bear back to the mountain and bring your cassock back home. I'm Eddie, and I'll see you in the 12th hardship. Until then, keep your heart cool and your spirit bright.